Today on the channel, we're going to be having a look at the Phantom number 93 in another thrilling, nostalgia-filled episode of Collector's Archive. So let's get into it. I hope you enjoyed this look at this very old Phantom comic book. And as always, a few per publication published monthly. Bag of boards out. There's 5 of them in there. Only for protection. Is for protection. As you can just plainly see there, this book is falling apart. Not like myself. Not yet. The reason why I'm wearing white and cotton gloves is because I don't want to be putting extra dust onto a Phantom comic that's so old, it's older than me. It's older than me for a reason. We certainly do not want to be putting any finger marks on this very old Phantom. One earliest Phantom comic that I have in my collection, yes. Another thing that we've got to point out with this comic book is that obviously it's falling apart, and obviously we have a little bit of a rip through the front cover, and I think the back cover is also starting to fall apart as well. But I will say this book, although it looks like it's falling apart, in the middle, a couple of pages in, we actually see that this book is actually holding up more than what it actually looks like. And when I bought this Phantom comic, I bought it from another dude, obviously. I bought it from another dude, and he said that this Phantom comic, when he had it, he said that a dog had ripped the front cover off. So rest in peace front cover. So this book, for me, looks like, this story looks like the Thuggies. That's what I've thought that it might look like. I've tried to work it out what this story could be, but I simply can't. I just can't work it out. And I guess if you're in the comment section down below and you know this story, comment down below the story so you and me can learn something. Yes, of course I know what story this is, but comment down below and I'll read your comment. Comment down below your thoughts. On the story. Wow, that was a good session at Brad's trying to sing, but he can't because he just can't. I'm terrible at singing. Terrible, I say. Terrible, he says. Classic. Yeah, this looks like that story that has that big tough dude, and the little tiny dude, and the little tiny dude wants to become king, and this big tough dude wants to become king, and they want to take over the Phantom, and the Phantom doesn't like it, so he gets a bit concussed, and then he comes back, and he ruins the melodies. He gets him real good, and he gets him, and he puts him in a fight, puts him in a head knock, and he really roughs him up. And these three panels, they say, to come to a valley of the lions, to see the apple idol. Fight the Phantom, the against the wax. All men are commanded to see this fight to the death. So he comes in like Mike Tyson. He goes in, put, and the Phantom wins. The Phantom wins, they get exiled, and I think I know what this story is all about. My singing is horrible, I know that for sure. My singing is horrible, I know that for sure. No questioning that. No questioning that. That's where the front cover came from. Just not with a big gigantic bite in it. Big gigantic bite. Rawr. Brad! This is for the people you've robbed. This is for the people you have robbed. This is for the people you have robbed. Mike Tyson. Get out of there. No horse can gallop far carrying that weight. Hey, he's slowing. He's outrunning this nag, this faster. Move you. Another second, and now. When the ape idol clamps on the stranglehold, the Phantom breaks it with a flying mare. This is the best I've got. I hope it's enough. Well, you looked better with the ape head on. Don't hit me again. I thought I was the strongest man alive till I met you. Flattery will get you nowhere. Tell your story from the beginning. The Phantom Adventures. The Phantom comic has proved so tremendously popular that we have decided to publish the Phantom Adventures. Now you can read as well as see. The Phantom in his most exciting adventures. New tales about Australia's most popular comic book hero. We can run our own tribe. Might collect millions in gold and jewels. It all came to me when I seen you in that outfit. It sounded an easy racket. I had nothing to lose. So you and the renegade Weibo decided to loot the jungle. What did you do next? We worked out the way Weibo said diamonds. He snared it, and he got them, and he won them, and he rised as the idol. Weibo became the chief, and the dog rolled in. Later on, we banned our shamed Ghost Who Walks. We doubted that you could defeat this monster. Between us, so did I. Color print. Now you can have a genuine Phantom's ring. Beautifully flattered, glittery, flattered and plated with pure gold. Oh, these two ads are not available anymore. So if you're wanting to purchase any of the stamps or the ring, you probably need a time machine to go back to when this comic was first published, and to get to the Phantom's ring and the stamp, you probably need a time machine. And time machines aren't available at the moment, so these are not available. Oh, savage, Brad. You're savage. Yes, I can be. Poor Brad. He can't even have a time machine, mate. He cannot have a time machine to go back in time and go to 1948 so he can get a Phantom issue #1 and get 5 copies of them so he can come back to present day in time and say, hey, I've got a time machine and I went back to 1948 and I went and get a Phantom comic in #1. Yeah. How good would a... Okay, I'm going to pose this question. Whether it has anything to do with collectors or not, that's another thing for sure. I'm going to pose the question. If you had a time machine, what where would you go and what would you do? And if it was to go and get a Phantom #1, why would you do it? When would you do it? And if you did have a time machine, what would you go and see? Like, what most historical event would likely go and see? I think one of the big things that I would go and see, I'd go see a lot of historical events. Hopefully not get caught up in them. That's another story for another day. And as always, keep Phantom Caving, stay safe. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Collector's Archive. And as always, I'm Brad Kelly. I'm Phantom Cave Reviews. We just had a look at the Phantom #93 in brand new series called Collector's Archive.